exclusive Tokyo Beat.
Alex, I was thinking about 3XL t-shirts the other day.
Out of the blue.
Yeah, completely out of the blue. And I want to say, if you need to wear a 3XL shirt, that's fine. I'm not judging anybody in particular, but it did make me kind of think, like, if you are making 3XL t-shirts for like your thing as part of your marketing or what have you, I feel like there's really only a small number of markets where 3XL t-shirts are really gonna sell out and make your money back. You know what I mean? Have you ever thought the same thing I'm thinking right now?
No, but I'm fascinated by your worldview.
I just think you and I, who have hung around the game industry a bit over the years, I feel like this sort of thing is easy to divine. For example, okay, if you make XL t-shirts, you're pretty golden. You're going to sell out of those. If you're going to produce 2XL t-shirts, you're borderline, but you're probably going to get a good amount of people getting those too. 3XL t-shirts, a little dicey, I think. A little bit dicey. It really depends on what you are promoting. And I think there's really only, again, a few key things you can promote to really nail it. And those would be massively multiplayer online RPGs.
Yes.
Trading card games.
Sure.
Fitness supplements, paradoxically.
Okay. Well, there are the triple XL folks on the humongous muscly side as well, certainly.
But are you already devoted to the brand of the supplement at that point?
I don't know. Well, I mean,
from
if
day
you're being
one,
sponsored, I guess. Although, also, I imagine if you are a bodybuilder, you're gonna want to wear the tightest shirt possible.
Yes,
to
I
show
do.
off your incredible body.
What's another thing? Science fiction television shows.
Okay. Yes.
Fantasy television shows.
Right, there you go.
And really a lot of other different video game things, but that it gets so granular, it doesn't even really matter. But besides MMOs are the big ones. That's all I really want to say. Those are like the big things that you're really going to see real gains on your merchandise expenses for 3XL t-shirts.
Right. Okay, so let's do this. I will throw out a property.
Okay.
And you tell me if it warrants a triple XL t-shirt.
Perfect. Let's go.
Okay. Pirates of Dark Water.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. What's your rationale?
Classic TV show, fantasy themed in a way. Pirates, sort of in that melange of fantasy stuff these days. I think that really counts. Once again, a lot of nostalgic cachet there.
That's right. Also, it's got that, what?
Sexy cartoon characters.
Also that monkey was, that red flying monkey they had. Did it fly? I remember it flying. The Secret World of Alex Mack.
Debatable.
Okay.
I would just wear my size t-shirt with that. I'd buy one in my size.
All right.
It really hard to tell.
Okay. 30-minute meals with Rachel Ray.
Not as much nostalgia there, I don't think. Possibly Rachel Ray's latest show, which I think is ending or ended.
Oh.
But no.
I hope this one doesn't end on a cliffhanger like the last one.
What was the cliffhanger for that?
She put a thing in the oven and it just never came out.
It was a meal for 31 minutes.
31-minute meal. No network will accept her.
Oh, God.
2 words. Stanley Tucci.
I accept him. Okay.
Stanley Tucci t-shirt? Yes.
That's what the T stands for. I'm wearing a Tooch shirt.
3XL Tucci's. He does eat a lot of pasta. It's No More Whoppers. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you very much for turning your dial to us. We got a dial, right?
Yeah.
A dial pointed at us? Okay.
Yes, wait, I'm holding soap. I'm pointing soap at you.
Okay, my name is Ray Barnhold, Pirate of Dark Water, and with me as always, Challenge Master Alex Fraioli. Now, Alex, I know you're wondering, what does that mean? Challenge Master.
Chosen Tatsujin.
Well, it all has to do with our new feature here on the show, the No More Whoppers Challenge Wheel.
We've just started.
I spin the wheel, and we get a challenge that you must maintain for a specified amount of time here on the show today. All right, here we go.
We're not even going to exchange. We can't even exchange pleasantries?
Okay, the wheels landed on challenge 6. Let me just get that out of our challenge bucket here. All right. Challenge 6.
Where'd you get that bucket?
Challenge 6 reads, this is the challenge. No correcting, no balking at, or otherwise loudly reacting to any word Ray pronounces not to your liking for the entire episode. Okay, that's the challenge.
Okay.
Can you keep it up, folks?
I can. However, if that's the way you're going to play it, I'm going to go back to the episode of Gold that we just recorded where you pronounced revel as revel.
You can't astral project to another show that we did.
You said this episode.
All right. Anyway, let's start the shoe. Alex, how you doing?
Really big
It's been
shoe.
a while.
I'm great.
I'm so glad to be talking to you again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, I can't keep that up.
Deckle. Okay.
There we go.
Deckel's a Canadian one that I will never understand.
That's true. That's a good one.
Because I hear Graham Clark say it a lot.
Yeah.
And I know it's not incorrect for him to say it, but it still sounds incorrect for me.
Canadians, incorrect.
Canadians. No, they're fine. They're great.
Canadian sex secrets.
Right. Jason Young is one of our most famous Canadians in Japan, according to me.
Okay, great.
He's got that Mongaroos podcast that's really fun.
How's he doing?
He's doing fine.
All right.
Far as I know. Hi, Jason.
All right. Well, okay. I do have something else to talk about here at the top of the show. I have new...
What's that?
Well, it's not drink food copy. Let's call it drink food newsy.
Okay. Christian Bale.
And this is rare news for both America and Japan, it turns out.
All right.
This is simultaneous drink food newsy. They have now, at select stores, you can buy Jack and Coke in cans.
Oh.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I mean, I have seen this. I mean, since I moved to Japan, it just wasn't Coke. It was,
here's
cola.
The thing.
It was whiskey and cola in a can.
Yeah, it's the crossover event of the year. It's officially sanctioned and sold Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola. They got both logos on the can there.
Wow, cool.
And they even got it in Coke Zero variety as well.
Oh, that's fun.
So the actual news is, because of this, I am going to become an alcoholic.
Uh-oh. Well, that's good because at least I can help you on that journey.
I had one for dinner for like 2 weeks straight.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, at least tell me you're having the Coke Zero version.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. I mean,
I have Coke Zero in general.
We're old now and sugar is deadly.
I'm not touching the other stuff.
Good. I ordered some Jack Daniel's honey for tonight for the bar because I had previously one cocktail that used it, and now I have two.
Okay, yeah.
And apparently they are popular enough that I need to start stocking Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey.
Yeah.
In multiple bottles. I have the Golden Lovers cocktail, which is just Jack honey and ginger ale, and I have I made up a new cocktail. I got to tell you, it's really weird creating new cocktails and never being able to taste test them.
Right, yes.
What I have to do, fortunately, I have a guy, Ryan, who comes in on Saturday. He doesn't mind being the cocktail guinea pig. So I'll mix something up and he'll tell me if it's good or not. And last Saturday I made something called a khaki pants. The name came to me because every ingredient is some kind of brown.
I see.
It's just Jack honey, Di Serono, and spicy ginger ale, also known as ginger beer.
All right.
Mixed all together. And it's not video game themed, so I'm considering changing it to Liquid Snake's khaki pants.
Okay, sure.
Because I believe that's the last.
In there. Yeah.
I believe that's the last garment that we see him in.
Yeah.
Before his untimely
demise. I do want to step back one moment.
Go.
I want to clarify for the audience, when Alex says he can never taste or drink the cocktails he makes, it just means he's sober.
Yes.
He does in fact have a tongue. I just wanted to clear that up.
That's true, yes. My tongue's doing great. My tongue's enjoying a lot of different foods, the different flavors of our society.
Right.
Food is the flavor of society, I've always said.
Here's an example of your tongue going crazy.
Oximo.
Good old Oximo. Oh, remember when I didn't get that job?
Yeah. Anyway, you also mentioned, by the way, that yes, they had. You can't correct my grammar either. That's the other challenge.
Fuck.
Jack Daniels was selling Jack and Cola, quote unquote, in cans for a little while prior to that. So yes, but this is, like I said, officially sanctioned. Both logos on there officially. And
oh fuck! I should make a cocktail called Jack and Daxter.
Oh yes,
yeah. All right.
Now I was also, in one of my excursions to find more of it at the store. Turns out there's only like a couple of stores around here that actually sell it right now. One of them being Lucky. Call back to our discussions about Jeff Lucky Lundgren.
That's right.
Last time I was looking for it, they didn't have it, but they did have something else. And, the whole market now of flavored cocktails in cans, your sparkling, your not so sparkling things, it's getting kind of out of hand. But I did find one. I will actually just send you a picture of this. We got our Jack and Cokes. We got Absolute sparkling things. It's kind of like the ice cream now, where you have like Oreo ice cream. You got your Twix ice cream. I'm stalling incredibly to find this fucking picture.
That's fine. Keep talking about ice cream.
Yeah.
All right, I got to see this picture.
I'll show this to you.
What the fuck?
Go ahead. Tell the audience what you see.
A 4-pack of Sunny D vodka seltzer.
Yes. Yeah.
Contains alcohol, it says.
Yeah. That's where we are.
But no sugar.
That's where we are here in America.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Next to something called a Jose Cuervo Mango Argarita?
Okay, that's the photo. It's cropped out of the photo. It's a margarita, yeah.
I see.
But yeah, everybody now is getting in on these small sort of canned or bottled things going on. And I also got, I didn't get the Jack and Coke last time, but I also got Jim Beam Ginger Highball. Now, this is, of course, Jim Beam mixed with ginger ale. And I took that home, and it was a little too good, a little too easy to drink, because I loved the ginger ale. And so I basically chugged the entire can within seconds, and I was like, oh, that's not good. And so I don't think I'll be coming back to that. That was a little bit too easy to drink. I do need something with, something that gives me pause, much like a whiskey would, alcohol-wise. So, yeah.
Okay. In the way that Red Bull gives you wings, you want a drink that gives you pause.
Yes, you got it.
Okay.
You nailed it.
I see. Okay. All right. Cool.
Great. It was basically just tasted like ginger ale, though, and that's why I just went crazy. And no thank you. Let's be careful.
The ginge.
Yes. All right. So that's Drink Food Newsy. Thank you very much.
Yay. Thank you very much.
Back with more.
I can now close this image and back to the show. Hi, everybody.
No, you're not gonna print it out and tape it up?
Oh no. I don't think so. You know what? Even if I weren't sober, I wouldn't drink that, because guess who's got a health check next week and doesn't want that found in his system? This guy.
It's that time again, huh?
It's that time again. It's hard to believe my last health check was almost a year ago. Let's keep in mind, my last health check was my first health check in a decade.
Okay, yeah, right. I do remember.
Yeah, not great, but now I'd like to get back on doing it yearly. So I've got another one coming up soon, which means I'm in the process of collecting samples, which I have to do. I don't know why they need 2 poo samples.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you'd think one would be enough. You'd think one would be all they'd want to handle, but no, they're like, double it up.
Yeah. Wow.
It sucks.
Yeah. What's the point? I don't get it. Do they need a control poo?
Yeah, they need to do like I can understand. I don't understand it though. It's like, I guess to make sure that my poos are uniform.
Okay.
Yeah. And because like, why not ask for one from 6 months ago? Well, I don't have one from 6 months ago, but you know what I mean. Like, what's the point of getting 2 from the same week?
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll see. Let's see if I almost faint again when I get blood drawn. I don't think I will, because this time I'm going to tell them I'd like to lay down while we do it.
Okay.
Because they gave me that option last time. Also, I think I didn't quite understand it because there was a nuance of the Japanese language that I misunderstood. And that is specifically the verb neru, which I assumed only meant to sleep. But it also just means to lay down, but retain consciousness, ideally. Because I remember last time what they asked me was, do you want to sit in the chair or do you want to sleep on the couch over here? And I'm like, well, I don't want to be like put under to get blood drawn, so I'll just sit here.
Yeah.
And then I had it done, and then at the end I was like, oh, actually, you know what? Couch, let's do couch. And
couch, please, by God.
Yeah, I guess Neru is just Neru is not the material, but the verb. I guess is just to lay down. So that's good to know for Japanese learners, students of the language.
Plus, you know the routine. You did it last time. You have a general idea of this whole routine. So maybe you can just maybe be a little bit braver, and you'll get through okay.
Well, yeah, that's half of it.
And maybe they'll give you a sucker at the end.
Oh, I hope so. I'm always the sucker. And I think I do want to bring up my bizarre head pain to the doctor and see if I don't know what's going on. Maybe I think I just need to do like neck stretches or something to stop my eye from exploding.
It could be you might need some form of physical therapy. Who knows? I mean,
it is possible. Yeah, I think this may have something to do with I almost broke my neck at a friend's birthday party years ago.
Correct. Yes, this was
yeah. At my buddy Tom's birthday, my friend Jason did a wrestling move on me, which is captured on film, by the way.
All right, let's roll that now.
I'll drop the audio right here.
I think that hurt.
I will eventually. I'll send it to you.
I'm wrong. Here's the audio.
Hey, everyone. I love FF6.
And kaboom.
That was my wrestling persona. Yeah. Retro Squaresoft guy. Yeah. Oh, he's setting up for the Chrono Trigger.
That's not one of Kenny Omega's moves?
No, he has the V trigger. You're close. Which I believe is a Street Fighter maneuver.
True. Street Fighter 5. V for 5.
He's got the one-winged angel.
You see. Yeah, the one-winged. That's what I was thinking.
Wait, but it's an Alex move. I thought it was from Street Fighter 3. Because Kenny Omega styled himself after Alex from Street Fighter.
I don't know of any move that Alex had in Street Fighter 3 called the V trigger.
Are you sure?
I just know it is a very specific name of a feature in Street Fighter V.
Okay. Street Fighter Stogo, as we call it. I think. Hey, everyone, I love FF6. I do. That's great.
That will be a segment on the show, I'm sure. A permanent segment. Yes.
Of course. I do love FF6. I just completed a low step run of FF6. I completed the game in 7,099 steps.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
I believe the theoretical minimum is 7,097, so I'm 2 steps off.
Wow.
Really, the only way to grind that out is to do Daryl's tomb over and over until the RNG is perfect, and you step on the Velt after the dungeon, and you get Gao in 1 step.
I mean, I know there are guides to this sort of thing, but it also, at the same time, still sounds pretty tedious.
It is very tedious, yeah. It also kind of annoyed me that there was only one guide for it, really, and the guy who wrote it, he had a lot of specific information for specific strats, but there was also things that he would gloss over, like if there were multiple paths in a dungeon.
That was his favorite thing about written guides.
Yeah, like if there were multiple paths in a dungeon, he'd just be like, finish the dungeon. Oh, well, which path is shorter, dummy?
Yeah.
And if they're the same number of steps, say that.
Like,
so I'm not freaking out over here.
Did you forget what you're writing, dude?
Yeah, for fuck. Anyway, that's done. That was fun. I am, by the time this comes out, I will have already started streaming Final Fantasy IX on Steam. Good for you. I'm using that Moguri mod to make it look nicer and to play it in widescreen.
Have I told you about FF9 on Xbox/Windows? That just made me think of that because it is stupid what they did. So they had the Steam version, the PC version of FF9. Square Enix decided to port it to Xbox and also Windows through Xbox Play Anywhere, which is this thing where the saves are shared and stuff like that. So if you buy it on one, you get both versions, and then you can play it to your heart's content wherever. They took out mouse support.
Okay.
So when you boot it up on PC, you're forced to play it with a controller. Whereas if you got it on Steam, you can just use point and click controls, which I think is a pretty nice way to play it. on a computer. If I bought it through Microsoft Store, I cannot play it with a mouse and therefore enjoy the computer style of gameplay. Because this came after the Steam and mobile versions, they got a different company to port it. So they purposefully hired a different company to do the porting and remove any semblance of mouse control, despite the fact that you can just go ahead and boot it on your computer. But no, it's technically the Xbox version, the platform Xbox as a whole, and so they just decided to make it controller only. Also very weird that it is the only classic Final Fantasy game that is Xbox Play Anywhere and cross-platform in that sense. The remasters of 7 and 8 are basically, let's say, segregated.
Whoa!
Only on Xbox or only on PC if you have to buy both separately. Very strange.
What about Panzer Dragoon Orta?
That's only on Xbox. There's no PC version of that.
Still?
You can buy it on your Xbox and play it. Yeah, it's cool.
Maybe I will. How you like that?
Still trying to get through stage 6.
Final Fantasy is at 6?
Yeah.
Hey, everyone, I love FF6. I do. Well, yeah, I'm not playing that FF9. I'm playing the Steam version with the Moguri mod. I'm not usually a mod guy for reasons I've gone into, but...
You're a Mog guy.
I'm a Mog guy. Play the drop. Hey, everyone, I love FF6. Yeah. Great. I'm not usually a mod guy, and I've been over this a lot. It's mostly just because I feel like, to me, it doesn't make sense to like alter a thing that a team has made. You know what I mean? I guess I'm coming around to like cosmetic mods in a way, and things that are just dumb, goofy fun, like the FF7 dub required a mod.
I like bug fixes, but anything that is trying to like fix it like a genuine bug fix, something that is clearly broken, and not just the author's intent of what they think is a fix or something that is made better. No.
Yes, although even bug fixes, I think you got to be careful with those because, well, this is mostly a retro achievements failing. This is partially why I don't do retro achievements now, again, for good, probably. Because I did the Suikoden 2 retro achievement set, and Suikoden 2 is notoriously so full of bugs that the retro achievement set requires the bug fix patch. And I thought, okay, that's no problem. So I applied the bug fix patch. And a lot of the bugs that are being fixed there's a lot of problems with enemy drops. Like you got to collect a lot of songs and recipes and other enemy drops throughout the game. And the game is messed up in a way that if you have, let's say, for example, if you have recipe 12 in your inventory or given to your chef, the game thinks that you also have recipe number 29, and so recipe number 29 will never drop.
Okay.
It's one of those. So the bug fix patch fixes all that. Sorry, the bug fix patch fixes most of that.
Oh.
There was one instance of that was overlooked. And I'm grinding this thing out for hours and hours and hours, and I'm like, I have to be doing it right. I have the bug fix patch. And I take it to the Retro Achievements forum, and I'm like, "Hey, has anyone run into this? I'm not getting this drop." And they're like, "You're just unlucky. Keep grinding."
Great.
Yeah,
I love that community.
Yeah, and so I keep grinding, and it does not drop. And someone in my Twitch chat was like, "Hey, what about this? Why don't you save your game, take it off of hardcore mode, put in a Game Genie code a Game Shark code that forces rare drops, and that will determine if you really can get it or not." I said, "That's brilliant." So that's what we did. Did not drop. So I brought that little nugget of information to the forum or to the dev, and was basically met with, "I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you must have applied the patch wrong." Like, well, I know that's not true. Like, it recognizes the hash. The achievements show up. Like, I don't know what you want. And like at every turn, and the same with the notorious Final Fantasy IV achievement set. At every turn, I get hit with, "No, you must be doing it wrong. We're perfect. You are making mistakes."
Yeah.
And eventually, I just said, "Fuck it." I just Game Sharked the item into my inventory, saved, re-enabled hardcore mode, loaded it, got the achievement. Because fuck you. Somebody even sent me a message on Retro Achievements who is going for that achievement, asking me the same question. Said, "Hey, what happened with this?" And I explained what I just told you, and then I capped it off with, "I do not do Retro Achievements anymore." Yeah. It's a great idea, but it's also there's just not really a lot of accountability.
Inmates running the asylum.
Yes,
it's probably how that is best described.
Yeah, I mean, and the kicker was I was playing FF4 on PSP. I was going for that retro achievement set, and I passed by a missable achievement that was not marked as missable in the set, even though other missable achievements were marked as missable.
Okay.
Like, that's the first thing you do when you start a set is you look over and you make a note of the missable ones. And so I had all the missable ones listed in a text document, and I knew which ones I had gotten and which ones were coming up. And then I skipped one of them that was not marked. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. Well, I've been keeping multiple saves. I guess I could go, but my previous save was like 90 minutes ago, and it was just long enough to make me go, you know what, fuck this. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to dominate the conversation with retro achievement talk.
No, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
I mean, your talk. No.
Bugs. Okay, mods. Okay, we're talking about mods.
Were you still talking about FF9? Yeah, okay.
Talking about mods GAC.
I'm sorry, talking about what?
Mods GAC.
Oximo.
Not that one. So like I think I can get behind bug fix patches, and in rare cases, quality of life stuff like adding an infinite bag to Earthbound, which makes the game infinitely more playable. I'll just say playable.
The infinite bag, infinitely playable.
Yes. I don't even know if that's a real mod. I just assume it is, because that to me is the game's single most glaring fault. That's what makes Earthbound grind to a halt 100% of the time that I play it. Is my inventory is full. This sucks.
All right.
Oh, I got more salt. I got more cocoa. Here's some ketchup. Where's it gonna go?
Where's it gonna go, Paula? All right.
Put the ketchup in your mouth, poo. I do get angry a lot. I don't. So like I can see the need for those kinds of mods, but by and large, I've made this analogy before. It's like you're whipping out your paint kit and you're trying to touch up the Mona Lisa. What the fuck are you doing? It's fine. It's not your image. It's the team. It's the image of the team that made it. Just leave it alone.
But I think it should be retranslated because it was censored in the 90s. And we can make the character say fuck now.
I have been reading Clyde Mandelin's FF6 translation comparison. He streamed the game. Yes. He streamed the game, and he rigged it so that he could display the original Japanese script, the Ted Woolsey translation, the GBA translation, and a fan translation all at the same time for every text box, and it's fascinating. It's also very funny how often the quote-unquote fan translation, the translation that, and anytime there's a fan translation for RPGs, it's always on the platform of, we're going to de-censor the game. We're going to show you the things they didn't want you to see.
Yes, I believe I made that joke.
Yes. 9 times out of 10, the fan translation just ignores the Japanese and rephrases the Ted Woolsey translation.
Right.
And maybe adds a swear. Like, you're not even like, sometimes it does, but rarely. It's mostly just completely ignoring the Japanese. It's almost as if they didn't know Japanese.
It's almost like, the optics are pretty bad on this in general.
Yeah. But that's fun. I recommend reading those articles, especially if you like FF6. And I do?
I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know.
Is there any proof that I do? Right?
Hot ass.
That's not it at all.
Oh, okay.
No. All right.
I don't like Italians.
Sick.
Is that not it?
Let's move on. Air circulation. We're going to be needing it. It's heating up here.
Yes, true. Yeah.
It's getting very warm here.
Well, it was like hot here for 2 days over the weekend. And now it's back to rain and 60 and under. Fun.
Okay. That's the ideal demographic for my bar, by the way, is 60 and under.
Yeah.
It's
going to be if you keep it up.
Yes. Well, ideally it's 20 to 60.
Okay.
No kids. I've already had to enforce the no kids rule.
Oh my God. I don't.
Yeah,
should I even hear this story?
No, it's just. Well, I mean, the rule. I want to specify the rule was enacted not because I had a bad a child was misbehaving, but it was basically like every time someone does bring their kids to the bar, it's just like 1 to 3 hours of ultra high anxiety and 1,000 close calls in terms of dropping things, spilling things, breaking controllers, pounding on things. Nothing was ever broken or ruined, but it was so many close calls that I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. This is not a place for kids. Do not bring your children here. And I can't deal with it. It's too much anxiety.
I do have to ask why that wasn't enacted the first time.
Because I naively trusted people to be able to control their kids at all times, and you just can't.
That's your problem.
Yes. And I did have, I had a tourist, just come down. He just kind of walked into the bar. I think there was nobody there. It was a very slow day. But I think he saw the sign and he came downstairs to be like, hi, I'm outside with my wife and 2 kids. Can you bring kids in here? I said, no. He's like, okay, bye.
We're sorry, cold, this is mister.
Yeah. I mean, I want to specify the kids in question were well behaved, but I did have a couple bring their 2 kids on a busy Saturday night where the place is full. It is jumping.
And then they took them to an R-rated movie.
Yeah, then they went to see Congo. That was rated R, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
All right.
Pretty
rated R for gorilla murder.
They did make a Sega Saturn game, so.
Oh, yeah.
All the Sega Saturn games are based on R-rated movies, is my point.
Is that true?
It's very true.
What about Astal?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Pretty hardcore.
Oh. Burning Rangers?
I believe so, yeah.
Bug 2?
Yeah. Pretty violent.
Magic Knight Rayearth?
You wouldn't think so, but yep.
Mr. Bones?
Yeah, very sexual.
Iron Tank?
Yeah, very sexual.
All right. Death Crimson? All right, we're done.
I think you meant Iron Storm.
Oh, right. Iron Tank was SNK on the NES.
That's right.
OMG. All right. Yeah, that's right. Iron Storm was a game that my dad had, which for some reason was translated by Working Designs.
Yeah.
I guess they needed to pay rent between RPGs.
It was one of the Dai Senryaku games.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Nice. Speaking of the bar, it's been fun. I've gotten lots of cool visitors recently. Our pal Steph, gold subscriber Steph. A Saudi filmmaker named Aziz, who I think folks may have also heard on an episode of Laser Time years ago. Apparently, he's a big podcast fan. It was very cool of Aziz to come down.
He's on him.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know if you remember. I think it might have been an episode of Bonus Time, but he gave them a chipped Wii full of games. And they were just kind of joking around about it. That was fun.
All right.
Chris from Fangamer dropped by. That's fun. A lot more Fangamer folks.
That's right. That's right.
And she's not here yet as of this recording, but Maddie's coming down this weekend. So by the time you hear this, you cannot ambush her to hang out with Maddie.
Okay.
She's because Golden Week. This is the tail end of Golden Week, I believe. This is Golden Week. It's because Golden Week is weird. It's like it starts. It's not the same. It's not quite the same days every year. People are kind of upset this year because Golden Week starts in the middle of the week, or it doesn't start on a Monday rather. But yeah, gonna hang out with Maddie this weekend. That's gonna be fun. It's fun to hang out with fun people. Get your butt down to the bar. We got Hoops on the NES.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
I got Home Alone 2. I got more games to start with HO.
Got Home Alone 3?
No.
Okay.
I got Low G Man.
Okay. You got Low T Man?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sure? You are going for that health check.
That's true. No, I got I got the aforementioned Iron Tank and Iron Storm.
Okay, yes.
Also Iron Sword, which is in Warriors 2. What other Iron games do I have?
Let's take a look. Was I supposed to help?
Oh, I thought you were taking a look at something.
Oh, no.
I thought you were like looking at a Wikipedia page,
no,
video games beginning with iron.
I was encouraging you like a host would, say. Imagine that we were walking over to the big board where all the iron games would be.
Oh, right. I've got, it's an unofficial, it's not the title, it's his nickname, but I've got a boxing game by a famous Iron Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Good. You have Iron Angel of the Apocalypse?
No.
Oh, too bad.
I've got Iron Your Clothes Simulator.
Uh-huh.
Iron Those Shirts, Buster.
I'm sure you must have Iron Man, Exo, Man-O-War, and Heavy Metal.
I don't think I do. Is that supposed to be Iron Man, Kiss Hug, Man-O-War, and Heavy Metal?
No, Exo Man-O-War is another superhero.
Sure? Oh, I have misunderstood that entire game. Okay.
He was from Valiant Comics.
Okay. Oh, wow, they did a crossover.
Yeah, back when neither of them were popular.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the bar.
Okay. Iron Man.
Yeah, not too much bar news. It's been, before Golden Week, it was, it's been pretty uneventful.
Sure. No news.
Got
is
a little
good
bit
news.
busier. No. I mean, I still need customers.
Oh well.
I mean, tourists are back though. Tourists are coming back. I am getting a lot more tourists lately because they are back in Japan. I think because this is the first spring of Japan being open.
Yep.
After the Rona.
Not bad.
Getting more tourists. That's fun. Nice to see folks coming in, having a good time, playing some Mario Kart.
Still hoping I can be there before you shut the place down and give up on your dreams.
At least not giving up on my dream. It's just, I did it and I want to do something else.
I know, but it's fun to paint it that way.
It's
so that people get the wrong idea and then
thanks, ass.
Feel bad for you for no reason.
It was fun. But it's, I'm getting tired. I'm tired of being around drunk people, tired of dealing with people, and tired of losing money.
All good reasons.
All good reasons.
Yeah.
I would rather focus on doing things on the internet, like podcasting or YouTubing or Twitch streaming.
Yeah, internet.
And not lock myself into a business that is based on one geographical location.
On the other hand, you do have a destination for other people,
I guess. Right? I mean, that is cool. I do get a lot of people dropping in. It is very fun to see the reaction of Japanese customers who happen to be there when podcast listeners come into the bar, because it's like podcast listeners. I mean, nobody comes to Japan just to visit the bar. Obviously, they go to Japan on vacation because it's a fun place to vacation. And that's nice. And people usually start in Tokyo. They'll go down the country. They'll go down to Kyoto or Osaka or wherever, and then they'll go back up to Tokyo to finish up the trip. And usually on the way up or down, they'll stop in Nagoya for one night to hang out at the bar.
You're right.
And the response from Japanese clientele 100% of the time is, why did you come to Nagoya on your vacation?
Yeah.
And people will say, to visit this guy because I listened to the podcast. And Japanese customers cannot comprehend it. They don't quite understand it, but they will react with incredible shock. Hey! I mean, it's fun. It's very cool. It's great. I get a chance to meet cool people that I otherwise would not get to meet.
Yeah.
I love it.
For the next year and a half.
For the next year and a half, at least. I might say open past November 2024, but who knows?
Okay.
We'll never know. I mean, eventually we will.
Eventually, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Very good. You want to take a break?
I would like to take a break because I'm already out of tea and I'm rapidly dehydrating.
I don't think that's how that works.
What?
Are you drinking the right thing?
Yes.
Are you drinking just pure grain alcohol?
No. I'm drinking pure barley tea.
Okay, well then. We'll come back with more Normal Whoppers because I think we have one big thing to talk about.
We do. Cinema.
And more after this.
Today's show is brought to you by EPOS Gaming Audio. With a comprehensive lineup of both wired and wireless headsets, gaming amplifiers, microphones, and webcams, EPOS has everything you need to experience the power of audio. Like their H6 Pro lineup, which features 2 versions, an open or closed headset. The closed headset allows you to tap into exceptionally detailed audio and seals out ambient noise, while the open version delivers natural high-fidelity audio with an incredible soundstage. Both headsets include a magnetic detachable microphone and a sleek design that has no wild RGB configurations, just good design. Listeners can save 15% by visiting www.eposaudio.com/gaming and entering code EPOSFriend15 at checkout.
In today's age, you need a podcast you can trust. That's why you need Hair of the Dogcast, entertaining and well-informed discussions on both video games and beer. Meet our local podcast team. Dylan.
I'm out here on the street, Brad, and everyone's clamoring for better podcasts.
Our new rookie correspondent, Tyler.
I play The Witcher.
And I'm Brad, and I'm slowly learning to hate myself and video games. And Dylan's reporting to us live from Kingdom Hearts 3.
There's a lot of Frozen here. Too much Frozen.
Hair of the Dogcast is a podcast you can trust on your favorite podcast app every Wednesday or whenever I decide to post it. Only on the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network.
'Folks, we're back. It's No More Whoppers. I'm Ray. That is possibly Alex.
Yo, confirmed.
You're not AI, are you?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, an AI wouldn't hesitate, so I guess not.
Unless, I guess, AI Italian.
AI!
Great.
Hey, speaking of...
What? Speaking of. I mean, one of the downsides to AI, the prevalence of AI, is not the how it encroaches upon creative endeavors and threatens to sort of overshadow hardworking, talented people as a cheap resource. I also hate the fact that every time I read it, I think it says Al. It throws me for a loop. I feel like anybody who goes by Al needs to spice it up. Maybe I'll write it in caps. That way it's very clear.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Then people would think it means American League.
Oh, I'm not. No, okay.
Yeah.
What about a serif font where it's very obvious?
No go.
Fuck. What about, can I get everybody to just use katakana aru? That's very clear.
Perhaps.
All right.
Can you still change fonts on a system level? Like, can you just change your display font in Windows?
On every device that I own?
Well, most of them.
I mean, I guess.
I'm thinking of just Windows.
I don't know.
Well, Alex, should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
All right. It's time for
The new version of a game called
The Mario Brothers.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, that's oh boy. That's pretty good.
All right.
Yes, the new version of a movie called The Mario Brothers. It has been a month.
Since I've seen the Super Mario Brothers movie.
For me, it's been a couple of days.
Been a couple of days, thanks to it. For some reason, releasing much later in Japan. You would think they would get that going as soon as possible.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's still considered a foreign film.
I suppose so.
And the way that the Japanese cinemas work is all of the Japanese movie studios have it worked out so that all of their stuff takes precedence, takes priority. And then foreign films after, the new Japanese stuff has had its run.
Okay.
I think the only times this does not happen is like, I think Star Wars was like a, day one worldwide release. I think because Disney has that power, and most Marvel films. Yeah. Well, nowadays most Marvel films are pretty close.
Yeah.
But I do remember when Age of Ultron, for example, was like a month. It was like months. It was a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Japanese studios. They they get first dibs, and then foreign studios get the rest.
Okay, well, so yes, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes.
Everybody's been waiting for our opinions, I think. No? Okay.
I don't
here
think
we go
so.
anyway.
Okay, all right.
Now, I didn't think it was perfect, okay? Let's lead off with that.
So far, we're in 100% agreement.
Okay, in fact, there was things I wish they didn't do, things I just plain didn't like.
Okay.
But generally, I thought it was enjoyable. There were lots of things to like, but also things not to like. So
sure,
that's where we're at. In terms of getting the wish fulfillment of 9-year-old me completed, yeah, it did that. An animated Mario film that hit a lot of buttons.
Okay,
just like Mario on that NES.
Well, hang on, he's not the one hitting the buttons. Oh wait, in the movie he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Should I say we're doing spoilers? If anyone cares.
Yes, spoilers for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Alex, I'm just trying to be polite.
All right, fine, I get it.
Okay.
All right. I'll tell you what. Wait. Yeah. So skip. If you don't want spoilers, skip to 32 minutes and 41 seconds. That way they keep listening to the same chunk of the podcast forever. It's a little trick I pull.
Okay, good. Great. All right. That's the general gisty gist of my opinion.
Yes. Okay. That's fine.
Alex, you as someone who originally said you weren't even that interested in the thing to begin with.
Yes.
But
that hasn't changed.
You want to have a shared experience.
Yes.
All right. Hit me with it.
Okay. Judging just from the trailers, my initial reaction was it looks like a very fun film for 11-year-olds, and that also has not changed. That's exactly what it was.
Okay, yeah.
It's fine. It's just a fun movie for kids who like Mario, and that's great, or adults who were kids who like Mario. I saw it sitting next to my friend Millie, and she's a humongous Nintendo fan. I believe she was wearing a Mario shirt and earrings and accessories.
Okay.
I'm sure even in some way her hairstyle was Mario related. It's very impressive. And it's fun. It's fun seeing it with a fan, certainly. I think I enjoyed it more for that. I laughed once.
Okay.
And I can't remember at what.
Sure.
I remember, it was just all of the, like, none of the jokes were for me. They're for kids. That's fine. I think I kind of made myself laugh at one point because
oh God. Oh no.
It was the scene where Mario's fighting Donkey Kong, which was kind of fun. I want to specify just because I didn't laugh doesn't mean it wasn't fun. There were still fun moments.
Okay. Yes.
The scene where Mario's fighting Donkey Kong in that Coliseum and Mario eats the mini mushroom and he turns small and he's running around dodging Donkey Kong's fists and feet. I remember saying out loud in the theater, so quiet that no one could hear me, "This is very dangerous for Mario." And I don't know why, but that made me laugh really hard.
That's Alex.
Just a very neutral take on the action happening on screen.
Of course, yes.
That was fun. But it also felt like it had that feeling of a kid's movie where it's like, look, we need to cram these 12 set pieces into the movie. It doesn't matter if they don't link up. They just have to be there. So like the Donkey Kong fight, the Mario Kart thing, anything where there's like a noticeable gimmick, I guess, is like, okay, that was in the script outlined, like, well, the movie has to have this. And so it's in there. And it doesn't matter if it makes sense how the movie flows to get there. It just has to be there. And it hit all those beats, I guess. Like, here's all the Mario things you remember.
Yeah, exactly. I almost respect it for sort of not caring too much about little details. But especially for being like a 90-minute movie, right? Yeah. 90-minute cartoon. I think some of those things are going to happen.
I remember remarking to Millie on the way out, like, I understand they have to keep it to 90 minutes because it is for kids and kids don't have the greatest attention spans. But like, I'm kind of curious to see like the extended director's cut. Like if they made a 2-hour version, like I might want to see that because maybe it like flows together a little bit better.
Right. I think they did delay the movie for like several months or a year or something.
Oh,
because I think they were retooling it a bit.
Okay.
So apparently it wasn't going too well at first. So who knows what that initial version could have been like.
I remember I did feel like going back to the idea of like it's just kind of like a connected series of skits and not a film. The first time I felt that was like at the I'm so excited about this film. I keep dropping my ring.
Maybe don't hold the ring.
I have to fiddle with it because I have Alex disorder. Like the first time I felt that was when they got their first job to go fix the sink.
Yeah.
And there's a dog that doesn't like them. And like that reminded me of my brain was like, this is very familiar. Where have I seen this? Oh, this feels like Star Wars Episode 8 where they go to Casino Planet. It just feels like an episode. It feels like an episode of a TV show and not an integral part of a movie.
Right.
Where things should be deliberate and should flow together with some kind of cohesion and significance. And instead it's just like, what wacky adventure are they getting into today?
Yeah, the whole dog thing that went on way too long. I would say that. Yeah, for sure. Just to get another few steps closer to the point where, okay, they are magically transported eventually.
Yes. It's like, I don't understand why they were dragging out the dog thing. Cause like, is that a thing that dogs famously hate plumbers? Like they're not mailmen. What's the deal? It's because Luigi stepped on the bone. I get it.
It's an Illumination movie and they need some sort of animal to have fun with.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess they already had that
I don't
dog
have a better
model line
explanation
around.
for that. Let me just say my favorite thing, okay? And it's really just the same thing that I like about a lot of video games, stories or characters or whatever. And that's just seeing some form of their family and having all those interactions.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I loved the family scenes, and it's a similar thing to why I like the Mr. Driller games so much, because they added that whole family backstory to Mr. Driller, because Mr. Driller is the son of Dig Dug, or Taizo Hori, and the woman from Baraduk, and they were divorced.
Sure.
And that's so interesting to me, and I just like that whole thing. So apparently, I am just someone who likes any sort of family dynamic in video game characters.
That was tough for me to wrap my head around because I don't think any of those. I wish the family members were introduced. I wanted to know who was who. I think we know who the dad is, but I wasn't sure who everybody else was.
They have names in the credits, but you don't.
Well, that's great, but pretend I'm a kid. I don't read. Like, since I was a kid, I've always had this image of Mario and Luigi as like adults.
Mm-hmm.
And so I imagine they would be like living alone or so at the table, I'm trying to reconcile my adult brain with my kid brain. Like, are they all brothers? Are they all siblings? Like, is that, well, no, he called him dad, but okay. But they're in their 30s or 40s, right? It's Mario. What is Mario's canonical age? Does he have one?
I don't know about canonical, but Miyamoto said something several years ago where he thinks of him as basically just like 27 or so.
27? Yeah. I guess.
And the internet had the same reaction you did.
Okay. I mean, I guess, well, that puts him at risk of, you've heard of the 27 Club. That's fine. I wish we got more of the family.
Yeah, I do too.
More family hijinks. Let's see. They got his rival Spike.
True, yeah. That whole opening scene there was just like reference overload.
Yeah.
Because they're in the Punch-Out pizzeria. You look all over the walls, and there's all sorts of Punch-Out shit all over the wall.
Yeah.
There's the Italian stereotype man, Charles Martinet.
That was Charles Martinet. That was.
Charles Martinet was also his dad.
Oh, see that I didn't pick up on.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just stereotype at the arcade machine.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
stereotype
nice.
Man. Yeah, Spike, of course. And just wait, was this later or Luigi's ringtone on his phone? No, it was the same scene, right?
Yeah.
The GameCube tone. All this other stuff. I mean, hey, I'm not saying I didn't like it, but to have the opening scene just already be this cavalcade of references where they are like daring you to look, dart around the screen the whole time, the big movie screen. Like, it's just a bit laborious.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like pop culture is in a place right now where we are so absolutely oversaturated with references, and I guess the term is member berries. I hate to credit South Park with anything, but there you go.
Sure.
Just the idea that every studio, every corporation is trying to appeal to everyone's sense of nostalgia by cramming in as many references as possible. And for me personally, I hit my overload point with the Star Wars sequel trilogy. That's when it hit for me, and I realized, oh, you're not really trying to do anything. You're just trying to cram references in here, so we give you money, and it just felt very cheap.
Yeah. Well, I guess it does make sense for the Punch-Out stuff, because Little Mac is also from Brooklyn, so now we have a shared universe in that sense.
That's right.
And Mario was the referee. That can be a movie.
Instead of Rocky, he's called Blocky.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not in a vacuum. I think it's generally fine for the Mario movie to have a bunch of Mario references and Nintendo references.
Yes.
When he just randomly is playing Kid Icarus on an NES, that kind of is surprising, because you kind of don't expect that until I was like, whoa, they did what? I can't believe it. But then you come down a bit and it's like, okay, that's cute. Let's move on.
That's why I feel like I would have loved this movie 20 years, not even 20, 10 years ago. I would have absolutely loved this movie 10 years ago, before nostalgia overload, before all of this reference, hardcore referencing hit critical mass.
Yeah, I get it. And that's why I try to put all my opinions in sort of this, this little silo, because it's like people who I think are less nice about the movie, I think a lot of them just come at it with the chip on their shoulder about Illumination movies.
Oh, I don't know anything about Illumination movies.
Well, the Minions.
Oh, I've never seen them.
Minions, Despicable Me movies, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
And so, yeah, people who just kind of have a visceral knee-jerk reaction to those just kind of come with that baggage into the Mario movie and just think that nothing's going to work out for them. And to me, again, I haven't seen any of them either, Alex. And so I only know, basic information. I only know I'm not watching the Minions movies, but I'll watch the Super Mario movie.
You think what I'm thinking?
What?
Viewing party.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they on Prime? We can do a Prime watching party on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm at a place now in my life where it's not just that I'm tired of nostalgia baiting. It's like I actively dislike it. And I know this is not necessarily the movie's fault, but it is it's what the pop culture climate is in 2023 is reference overload. Hey, jackass with a wallet. Do you remember this shit? Give us money.
Right.
And I'm tired of it. And I know that's not really the point of the movie. I know it's just a fun movie for kids that is also supposed to make money. And I can't say I didn't have fun. There were certainly fun moments.
Yeah.
I'm
Name one.
Just saying.
Oh, you'd kind
I can do that. Wait, can I? Hang on. You challenged me. I like the last, I think like the whole last 15 minutes were really fun. Yeah. Although, look, I hate to nitpick. This is not a serious nitpick. This is only a nitpick because
right.
I've played a lot of Mario Maker and I'm used to this and how this works. But you can't jump off of a bullet bill if you have a star. You go right through it. And they were doing that at the end. And it only annoys me because I've played so many Mario Maker levels where the challenge of the level, like the level is full of stars and you have to leap across a pit on bullet bills. And if you get a star, you basically lose because you can't jump on them anymore. And so when they were jumping on the bullet bills, I'm like, come on, guys, you know better than this. Yeah.
So for the Mario Maker experts, not a great film.
No. Oh man. I thought Chris Pratt was fine. I really liked who was Peach. I thought she did great.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yes, she did a great job. I like Peach's character. Peach was probably my favorite character in general. I feel like she had a lot to do, which was really fun.
Yeah.
I liked her. I liked her Mario Kart outfit.
Let's go back to Chris Pratt because
takes a stand. What? Okay.
The very first trailer, people went freaking berserk about things that he was saying in that movie that he did not end up saying in the final film.
Oh, really?
Lines that were just inserted into the trailer, and especially extra Italian sounding lines compared to what ended up in the final movie. And it turns out, hey, trailers are not the same as the final movie that ends up released. And I think Chris Pratt, not like a guy everybody loves or anything, but as far as like keeping Mario's voice to like a believable, grounded state, I think he did it. He did pretty well. And especially in that family conversation, it was like, oh yeah, this is like a real person talking.
Yeah.
Who I can believe as Mario. He sounds a little bit, that twinge of Italian, but not exactly like Chris Pratt. And I think that's fine.
Yes. It's fine.
I think people were expecting like Lego Movie Chris Pratt, where he's just completely on A+ all the time. But that's not what the movie is. It's not the character. So It's not the Lego Movie. It's different.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
It's whatever. Honestly, I found Mario as a character to be maybe the least interesting part of the movie. I kind of just was into everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think maybe that's because of what I brought to the film, which is like Mario's had a lot of different personalities over the years, but to him, or to me, the default personality will always just be, well, I run and I jump and I like mushrooms. I don't know why this one didn't. And I stomp on Goombas and turtles. And it's always the personality that I read into his pixelated form, and not so much something that I got from the cartoons or the first movie or whatever.
Right.
And that's kind of how I approach a lot of games, a lot of characters, is what am I bringing to this character? That sounds like I'm acting. What am I bringing into this experience? Like when I consume a piece of media, because that's what makes it fun. That's what personalizes media for people. Is what are you bringing to this book or movie or album or whatever?
What's in your wallet?
It's Mario. And yeah, what I bring to Mario is just nothing, because I like him to be just a blank slate who does goofy stunts. But
and that's what he is in the video games for sure. Like Nintendo doesn't try and make that any different when they're selling you the video games. Except for maybe in Odyssey, but even, in Odyssey, when you think he's trying to marry Peach, it's really just like, no, he's a silent protagonist going on an adventure and jumping around and stuff.
Boy, do you remember his impassioned monologue in Super Mario Sunshine?
That was Flood.
I was joking because there isn't one.
I was trying to continue a different joke. Okay, well, fuck that up. I'm sorry.
Are you parrying my jokes?
I guess I did. Yes.
Are we not supposed to be input buffering our own jokes?
Negative edge.
Peach is my favorite character. I thought Jack Black was also pretty good as Bowser.
Okay, yeah, sure. Until he did Jack Black singing, and I didn't need any of that.
Well, that's the thing, is that like, I don't mind Jack Black being Jack Black, but like Koopa doesn't sing.
Yeah, we don't need to apply that to Bowser.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I also don't. I didn't understand. Yes, but I think they were trying to artificially push the Peaches song as like a viral thing, because I remember they were. They posted. I remember it was posted before I saw the movie. I saw like even like on the Japanese account, I saw Peaches posts, and I watched it, and I was like, it's not particularly catchy. It's funny because it's a turtle singing about a girl. Is that why it's funny?
And it's funny because it's repetitive and hammered into your skull for 2 minutes.
Okay, well, it is a kids movie, and then then it happened in the movie, and I was like, okay, yeah, I guess it's just this is not for me. This is for kids who like goofy singing turtle. That's fine.
I guess on the other hand, if there was going to be any kind of musical number or numbers in this movie, at least it was just one, and mostly that. So whatever.
Yes. I would, although I can only assume we can look forward to folks taking Tenacious D lyrics and putting them over that scene for the movie.
Oh, I'm sure it's already happened. But
awesome.
Yeah. I didn't like the Jack Black overdone stuff. I didn't like Toad trying to be funny.
But I
those
also
are
feel
me
like
as an adult, you know.
Yes.
Then we go back
I also
to that.
feel like Keegan-Michael Key's voice is fine, but if you're just gonna pitch him up, like, what's the point?
Maybe he wasn't pitched up. Maybe that was him. It was all
he was
him.
absolute. No, I mean, okay, if he wasn't pitched up, good job.
Yeah.
But it really sounded like he was just pitched up because, well, he's Toad. He's small. He's got a high voice.
I mean, he was the higher pitched one of Key and Peele. Just by default.
I know, but But that's not how he got the job.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they sat down like, well, these two guys are funny, but this one's got the higher voice.
No, I think that's exactly what happened.
Okay, you've got some insight into the process that I lack.
Yeah. No, I'm just smart.
There's that. Yeah, I don't know. He was fine. I feel like he was pitched up too much. I don't want to paint this like it's his fault, but like, I don't know.
I think you're blaming him.
I'm no. I think we got like half the cast of Futurama in there as well, right?
Yes.
Because I definitely heard some Phil Lamar.
Yeah.
And John DiMaggio. And I thought I heard Billy West at some point.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think I saw him in the credits.
Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I didn't catch him in the credits either. So
John DiMaggio was, one of the uncles. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think it was pretty fun in general. I will say, another thing that is not entirely attached to this movie or its story, but it is. But on the other hand, it's more of a general thing is that, and I said this on Twitter once before, I still can't get that when it's time to come up with the story of where did Mario and Luigi come from? Who are the Super Mario Brothers? We still haven't moved past they're two plumbers from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I mean, we are now 30 plus years of relying on a trash cartoon.
Oh, is that where that came from?
Yeah. We're relying on this awful 80s cartoon, and we're just running with that basic setup. Mario and Luigi are plumbers from Brooklyn who are magically transported through plumbing into the Mushroom Kingdom. Run with that, I guess.
Was there any rationale attempted on the Japanese side in the story of Mario Brothers? Or even Donkey Kong? Like, what city were they in Donkey Kong?
Yeah, no, I don't think that was ever established.
Okay.
No. There was the Super Mario anime movie from 86 or whatever. You can watch that now subtitled on YouTube and stuff. And that's also not good. But that's like Mario is entering the video game. It's Mario playing Famicom. Princess Peach shows up on the TV and it's like, Tasukete! And then somehow they're pulled through into that whole shebang. And that's another trope that a lot of Japanese anime, the Japanese anime as opposed to the other anime.
Yeah. That's part of the Isekai starter pack. I got pulled into the video game.
I know, but it's also been in other video game anime things like that Mega Man OVA, the Goemon series. It's either a kid goes into video game or video game comes into real world, and it's just insane. I guess that's neither here nor there, but I'm talking about the plumbers from Brooklyn thing, which is I'm just like, we had 30 years to figure it out, and we still just settled on that. Is it because that's kind of what the Western world has accepted?
I think it's half that, and it's half that in the mind of the average Japanese person or consumer, New York is a cool city. So they want this Japanese created character to be from New York. Yeah.
But I would say also a lot in the mind of the Japanese, also it's a lot like you were, where it's just like Mario's just a guy that jumps around.
Yeah, but that's not enough for a film. So you have to come up with something.
It's not enough for a film. Okay. But it could be enough to lead with something else. I don't know.
But
why did we just have to veer once again down the plumbers from Brooklyn who like pasta and stuff, Italian?
Because that's what's been established in the nostalgic cultural zeitgeist. Like all the moms and dads who took their kids to see Mario grew up knowing that they were plumbers from Brooklyn who eat pasta because they either saw the cartoon or they saw the movie or something. It's built into maybe not the Japanese fan base, but it's now such a part of the Western fan base's idea and conception of Mario that it has to be the default.
I do appreciate you explaining it back to me, but I did hope you were going to agree with me more.
Oh, I don't agree with you. I think that well, what do you propose as their origin? Why would you change their origin? It's like Batman's not from Gotham anymore; it's from Detroit. Like, why though?
The origin story I propose is no origin story.
Okay.
Why can we not just base it more on the video games where Mario and Luigi just live in the Mushroom Kingdom? They just have a house there. Why did we have to wait till the end of the movie to establish that? Why can't we just say Mario and Luigi are these guys, along with the princess and maybe some other humans we don't know about, who just live in the Mushroom Kingdom? And they have their plumbing business there, perhaps. We'll give them the plumbing, okay? Fine, they can have the plumbing back. But they just are dudes who get wrapped up into being heroes.
It's possible that they are going to do that going forwards, and they just needed this to be the origin story.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of that movie, you there seems to be more of a suggestion that is the thing. I'm just saying, could have just done it at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Remember, you ever played Paper Mario, the first one?
No.
Okay. Well, it opens up with them at their house. They got a house. We just open up on Mario and Luigi's house. Cool. That's good.
All right.
They just live
I
there.
also think that you do need something to anchor it in the real world. If you're making a movie, just because it's something that I think Dragon Quest does very well is that it appeals. Like, this is the difference between for kids and for all ages. Yes. Dragon Quest is for all ages because it appeals to kids through visuals and pretty simple gameplay, but it also appeals to adults who like, some of the deeper elements of it and have nostalgia for it. And I think this movie knew that it had to appeal to kids and then kind of struggled to hit the all ages mark. And I think anchoring it in real New York was an attempt to make it all ages.
That's fair. Yeah, I can see that. That'd be valid. By the way, I don't like that when they localized Dragon Quest, they had to make it set in Brooklyn. That didn't make any sense to me.
I love that. That made it better.
Okay.
Hey, go kill this mook. Get back the ball.
Hey, Erdrick.
What is that, famous original Lotos? I did. That was a tweet that's been in my draft folder for over a year. Aleph Garden, when you're here, you're Loto.
All right. Well, I'd say now's the time to post it.
Is it? All right, hang on. I'm posting it right now. Where's my phone? I'm doing it live.
Now is the time.
Doing it live on the show.
And I will be there to retweet it.
Done. Easy peasy. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. That's fun. Workshopping.
No, I think that is the smartest thing you've ever said. Is that the whole thing about not Aleph Garden. No, the previous thing about Mario and appealing to adults and all ages or whatever. Yes.
Yeah. Because I think there's a very delicate line between for kids and for all ages, and I think, I remember. There's a lot of grown-ups now who assume that something they grew up with is still tailored for all ages when it's in fact, or even new properties. I remember I read a serious review of the Yokai Watch game on the 3DS, and a 36-year-old was really taking it to task, and I'm like, it's for 7-year-olds, dude. It's not for you.
What do you mean serious? Like a really deep down gameplay analysis?
Yeah, critiquing why it's not enough for him, why it's not deep enough, and it's literally for elementary school kids. You fucking idiot. It's not for the 37-year-old connoisseur video game master that you are.
Right.
It's for children.
Now wait, was this a mainstream review?
Yes.
Was it IGN?
May have been.
Similar?
I don't know. This was years ago.
Okay, whatever. I thought it was more recent. That's why you remembered it so well.
Yes.
Then I remembered you're Alex, and you remember a lot of things that are a long time ago. Very well.
Secret World of Alex Mack?
Well, everyone remembers that.
That's true. Mystery Files of Shelby Woo. Did they ever cross over?
No, I think one ended before the next.
Okay.
I think.
Huh. All right. Which one could turn into goo?
Alex Mack.
Cool.
Not Shelby Woo. Just rhymes with goo.
That's true. Shelby Goo.
Dragon Quest.
Because I could not pull the name of that show on stream one day, I called it The Mixed Up Files of B.D. Wong. Which is, it's absolutely not that.
I need to take
B.D.
a break.
Wong is, in fact, an accomplished
All
actor.
right, we need to take another break.
Okay.
I think. Oh, my God. Anyway. Just saying, it didn't need to be plumbers again.
I think it did, though, because that's what people know them as. Like, that's what they've been referred to in popular culture, not just in their own things, but like, there's a, I don't know, in the off chance there's an SNL skit that features Mario and Luigi, they will probably refer to them as plumbers from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? It's just ingrained in the culture now.
I might also be upset that they also did the Member Berries thing at the beginning about the rap from that trash cartoon. And it's just like, that was maybe the most egregious thing. But I get it. You know, when you want to sell the movie, I get it.
Yeah. It's fine. I ultimately enjoyed it after I turned off the part of my brain that gets knee-jerk angry at nostalgia baiting.
I think that's all you really need to do.
Fine. Yeah.
People need to turn off the brain a bit more.
I like almost I did like start to tear up. I did not cry, but it was welling up in the credits when they I forget what it was. They were going through Mario music and they hit like right when Mario scores like started to go really hard. I want to say Galaxy. It might have been the theme from Galaxy. It was really beautiful. And I was just like, oh wow, that's really good. That's really cool. Wait a minute. No, I am not crying at the Mario movie. But it's a good.
Well, I was prepared to do that because, as we've discussed before, I do tend to get nostalgia tears for things, even though I don't exactly want to. Like, it's just a thing that happens to my brain and heart.
Yeah.
That I do believe that happened a couple times, but I kept it together most of the time.
I feel like I've gotten more sensitive to emotional music. Like since I quit drinking, but it's also been a very slow like reacclimation to what a normal emotional state is. Because I feel like like when I used to drink, I was like basically had pretty dead emotions unless I was very drunk, and then it was like I need to listen to this sad song on YouTube 100 times in a row.
Sure, I don't know about that. You were plenty lively on this show.
Well, yes. Hey, everyone, I love FF6. Well, I mean, addiction or not, you can't pass up FF6.
Of course, there were the times you were drunk and, you know, in other venues, and maybe that wasn't as good.
And then some people did a thing.
All right.
Great. Okay. No, what I'm saying is like it's taken me a few years because I read a thing recently.
You're getting your groove back.
Yes, how Alex got his groove back. That like after you quit alcohol, like it kind of takes you a year to rebalance your emotional state. And now I'm almost 3.5 years into this thing, and I feel now like I have rebalanced my emotions, but that also means like I am susceptible like a normal human being would be to like emotional music. I even teared up a little bit at that Nagoya Strings music concert when they did Melodies of Life. There was a girl in front of me who was just straight up crying. And then Ruri started crying, even though she'd never played the game. She was just like, the woman in front of me was crying and it made me want to cry.
Oh boy. Okay.
Anyway.
It's like at a wedding, right?
Yes. Do you, Zidane, take Princess Garnet? He did. Okay, that's that.
Isn't it Zidane? I can correct you, but
in Japanese it's Jitan, so maybe.
Oh, that's even worse, huh?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh boy.
I don't even want to go through with that.
God, Schmod, I want my Monkey Man.
Jitan. Why did you Jitan the hell out of here?
I somehow didn't know that Seth Rogen was Donkey Kong until the end credits. Yeah.
He literally did the Seth Rogen laugh unfiltered.
Well, also, keep in mind, I don't watch a lot of things that Seth Rogen is in.
Well, you just started watching a thing. What?
What does that mean?
I'm tired.
I'm tired of your shit. No, he was fine. At first, I really didn't like him. And then for some reason, he grew on me. Same with Peach. I think maybe my original revulsion was just some of the designs. I thought like Peach had a very weirdly proportioned face.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were going with there.
At the end of the day, I really enjoyed Peach's performance and her character in the movie, and Donkey Kong became fun.
Oh, you know the reference that I laughed at just the absurdity that they managed to shove it into the movie.
What's that?
The babies.
Yes,
Baby Mario and Luigi and then Peach. I'm like, of course you fuckers had to do that.
Yeah, that was,
you had
to
slip
little out
them
there.
in there.
Yeah.
Actual flashback. And it's like, God damn it. You couldn't stop, could you?
If you enjoy colors and references, absolutely hasten to see the Super Mario Brothers movie.
But not together? Is that going to be a problem?
Good news. I've got a grayscale filter. You can enjoy the film. Still enjoy all the references.
They look so goddamn like the same person.
I'm surprised that wasn't in there.
Yeah, right?
Actually, you know what? One of my predictions about the movie was wrong. I predicted there would be a reference to the original Super Mario Brothers movie as like a little, something for mom and dad. But I think that they're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But like, I think at the end of the day, they're still so ashamed of it that they just don't even want to reference it, even jokingly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to think about anything that it could have been, but no, not really. Other than the fact that maybe Bowser arrives in New York briefly at the end.
Even then.
I mean, it's the only thing I could really think of that would be even a parallel, but it's not an obvious parallel, right? It's not an actual reference. It's just like a coincidence, if anything, or just happenstance, right? But so, yeah, you're right, though. You're right.
Yeah. I wanted something. Anything. Even Spike and Iggy's rap.
No.
Well, I guess Spike it's a different Spike now, so never mind.
Yeah.
They humanized Spike.
No, it's a different Spike.
Are you sure?
There's just two Spikes.
He's voiced by a comedian I'd never heard of, but who was somehow on an episode of Never Not Funny at one point.
Yeah. He is
I want to say Sebastian Maniscalco.
I don't like
he kind of put me off, not his performance, it was fine, but like I've been hearing ads for his podcast for over a year.
There we go.
On I mean, it is on iHeartRadio because they have the most obnoxious ads. But it's like him and another comedian, and the whole point of their podcast just seems to be like, "Hey, we're two ball-busting bros from Brooklyn. How's it going, you mooks?" And like that's the show. Like, yeah, he's like a real life character. And I was kind of not disappointed as so much as perplexed to see that he's in the Super Mario movie. Like, okay, I guess.
Hey, you might as well be, you know?
I guess.
You might as well.
We don't need more loud Italian comedians.
We got the first leak about that movie from him. Because he was on Bert Kreischer's podcast.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And he said, I just got back from recording Super Mario Bros. And I play Spike, their boss. And I was like, okay.
Everybody didn't even know what he was doing.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I guess he was their former boss.
He does allude to that, in the dialogue.
Yeah. And
we do know that from the Wrecking Crew lore, of course.
Yes. Okay.
The storied lore of Wrecking Crew.
That's right.
But yeah. Well, anything else? That'll close it out for the Super Mario Brothers movie. Of course, we're going back to the. So finish. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't regret seeing it.
Okay.
That's my highest review to date.
My opinion probably aligns with that as well. So, but we're going back to the movies, you and I, in August.
That's right.
Opening of the Gran Turismo movie.
Yeah.
Did you know that was a thing?
Yes. I didn't know it was coming out then, though. Also, why does the car need to be a plumber from Brooklyn? That I don't get.
They just keep shoving that in.
how does a car fit in a bathroom? I got nothing.
Oh boy.
That's fun. I cannot. Yeah, okay. So I can neither recommend nor not recommend the Mario movie. Use your own discretion.
Fair enough. It's better than being
fine.
so acidic towards it that you come off as a laughable villain.
Yes, that's also, you don't need to do that.
I get it. You don't like Illumination movies. Okay.
I didn't know there was so much hate for Illumination. What do they do that's so bad?
Just let's just call it shallow, unfunny movies that are just made to market things. But I guess that is the base
children's
argument.
Movies have been around since the dawn of cinema. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like people who just begrudgingly had to grow up and they hate that fact.
Well, also, if you're an animation nerd, it's probably going to upset you because they appeal to lowest common denominator. Now,
there is that.
I'm sort of an animation nerd in that I also appreciate the craft of animation and am interested in how it's made and stuff. But for the most part, my interest in animation boils down to I like funny cartoons.
Yes. I'm
not too interested on like the artisanal qualities of it. Some people are out, the stuff like the Spider-Man animated movies. Those certainly look great. I'm happy that they got those kind of styles out there in a mainstream, super expensive film.
Yes,
that's great.
I feel like that's a good example of a competent feature-length CG animated film.
There's a new animated Ninja Turtles movie coming out in a very similar style, spearheaded by Seth Rogen, I should add. He's not in it, I don't think. He's like the producer or whatever.
Each Ninja Turtle is going to be named after a different weed strain.
Oh, that's very... Yeah, see, now that's Illumination humor.
Bringing the green back to TMNT.
And that we saw a trailer for that before the Mario movie, by the way. I don't know. What trailers did you get in Japan?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. Okay. It was all a blur.
Is there a new Crayon Shin-chan movie coming out?
Not that I saw. Give me some other movies coming out. I'll tell you if I saw a trailer for it.
Doraemon.
No.
Pokemon?
No.
Digimon?
No. Digital Monsters?
That's right.
They are the champions.
They are the champion.
I really got to pee. Can we take a break?
All right, fine. Anyway, okay. Let's wrap it up. Let's get to the toilet. We'll take a break.
Thank you.
After these sounds of tinkling. Folks are back. It's No More Whoppers. I'm Ray. That is still Alex. Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
How do you do?
One last thing about movies.
Oh, boy.
The Mario movie, I think, really highlights the absurdity of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, because I definitely don't like the setup of those as much.
I have not seen those. What's the setup for that?
It's basically the reverse plot. It's Sonic who was transported to our world.
Okay.
Through a magical portal.
From Planet Mobius?
I think it's still Mobius, yeah.
Okay.
And then they added like a weird sort of mentor to Sonic, a giant owl woman owl.
Okay.
Yeah, called Long Claw.
All right.
As like a mother figure to Sonic who, has to throw him through the ring portal when he's a little baby because the invaders are coming. Oh, no. Yeah.
All right. I'm good.
Yeah, I know.
I got the gist of it.
It's just like, it's like the first 10 minutes. It's okay.
I feel like I don't have the same kind of nostalgia for Sonic that I do for Mario. So I don't think that I could even give that movie a fair shake.
Yeah, it's okay.
Cuz like someone brought this up. Like it almost caught me off guard because I had been taking it for granted for so many years, but somebody just very innocently asked at the bar a few months ago, "Are Sonic games fun?" And I'm like, I didn't know. I was thinking about it like, yeah, of course they are. They're like, yeah, they're pretty fun. And I remembered like, I liked 1 and 3 and like 3 and Sonic and Knuckles I think were my favorites, but like, and I'm talking 2D. And I remember back to Sonic 1, I'm like, the only fun I really had with Sonic 1 was putting in the level select code, fucking around with the debug menu. Same with Sonic 2, really. I think I realized like, I do prefer Mario style, where you're kind of encouraged to take it slow and think about your environment and work things out instead of just go, go, go.
Yeah. I think Sonic 1, certainly very stylish.
It was beautiful, yeah, at the time. Like, my family gathered around the TV when we bought the Genesis because it was like we'd never seen a video game like this before.
That's funny. Definitely did appeal at the time. But Sonic 1 to me is like Halo 1. It has a lot of annoying problems that I don't think hold up and make it really the giant classic that everyone thinks. The sequels, yes, I think they did improve things and think things through a bit better for the sequels. But it's just, you have to start somewhere, though. And it's not always going to be perfect. Yeah. Some of the Sonic games are fun. You know, what else can you say? You could say the same thing about Mario games, I guess.
And I have this complaint about 16... Like, I tend to prefer 16-bit games to 8-bit games in almost every regard, except in this one area, and that is the size of my sprite. I feel like the size of Mario, like 8-bit Mario and 8-bit Mega Man is a great example, are like the perfect size for what those games are. And then when you move them to 16-bit, not them, but like, I feel like Sonic's a little too big. I feel like Mega Man in 7 is a little too big. Like, I seem to be getting hit by a lot of things because I'm fucking huge now.
Oh my God, Mega Man 7 is ridiculous. And they were fine with Mega Man X. Mega Man X, perfect proportion sprite, I would say. Yeah. Why didn't they just keep that going? No, we need to do something different for Mega Man 7.
I don't understand it, yeah.
And then they sort of met it halfway with 8, but then they over-animated the sprite, and then it's just like a whole different problem of feel.
Yeah. Like, I appreciate big, expressive sprites, but also, you guys know that's my hitbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got to maneuver this giant body around the stage without getting hit. And that was one of my annoyances with Sonic, is that I felt like everything's a little too big. It would be nice if I had some more maneuverability. Because, like, Sonic's one of those games where, like, if you jump, you can maneuver a little bit in midair, but you're very committed to that jump. And, like, if you're going to hit an enemy, or if you jump wrong, and if you know you're headed for spikes or an enemy, you're just hanging in midair for a million years while your brain sees the image and is like, oh, you're fucked. You're fucked. You are fucked. And I hate that feeling. Like, let me maneuver. I like that. Like, it's one of the things I love most about Mario World is the cape. The fact that you can control your rate of descent with the cape is so friendly to platform, because if you make a mistake in a jump, you have so many more options when you come down to avoid the enemy. You can go left, you could float left, you could float right,
Sure.
I love the cape. The cape is
practice.
Great. Yes, and I guess to an extent the raccoon tail from 3 started it all.
But a little bit easier to grasp than the cape. I mean, at least when you're 8 years old, like I was.
Aren't they the same? The one's just you tap it and one's you hold it?
Well, I mean, you run first with the tail and the cape.
Oh, you're talking about flying.
Oh, yeah.
You got to run with both, though. You got to build up speed.
No, I was going to say that, and then you stopped me, but otherwise, yes, I was talking about flying.
I'm talking about float. I'm talking about controlling your rate of descent when you fuck up a jump and you need to recover. Because like Sonic, you can't do that. I mean, most platformers you can't. Mega Man, you can't do that. Castlevania, you certainly can't do that.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, I do like in later Castlevanias, what we would call Metroidvania style Castlevanias, you do have more control over your jumps in midair. You can change direction to a degree. But yeah, like Castlevania 1 is just like you are married to that jump.
Yeah.
Till death do you part. And it is often death.
Yeah. And taxes.
That's right.
Okay.
Bringing it back to Sonic with financial issues.
Let's not bring it back to Sonic. Let's go far away from Sonic.
All right.
Let's
do that.
About a video game, though.
Yes.
I suppose. Why not?
The new version of a game called
Resident Evil.
Okay.
Resident Evil.
The 4th.
Starring Leon S. Kennedy. We're talking about 2?
Leon S. Kennedy. Who's that?
Yes, Leonidas. He's the guy from 300. We're going to talk about a couple of games starring Leon S. Kennedy.
Yeah.
I heard that you recently played through the RE2 remake.
I did play through the Leon story of the RE2 remake, yes. I finished
How
that
did
up.
you enjoy it?
How did I enjoy it? Well, I have foggy memories of the original RE2 to begin with. Even though I played it later than most and on N64. And that's only because it was like cheap at Toys R Us in like the year 2002 or something. And so that's when I finally played through Resident Evil 2. But I don't remember it that much because I kind of devoured it, and it's been a while. But I do remember, all the high points. Do remember the basic things, what the police station looks like. And it was pretty good.
Yes, I should mention this. I also recently played through the RE2 remake for the first time.
Oh.
I bought it when it came out for the bar, and then patrons played it, and I didn't. And then I saw it was cheap on Steam, so I'm like, hey, let's go.
Hey.
And I do like the fact that, because I also did love the original when I was in middle school, I guess.
You sure did.
And I like that in this version, they have tried to rationalize the extremely wacky police station by saying it was a former museum.
Right. Yes.
Which, that's, yeah. Because I think in the original, the way they explain that away is just like, oh, the chief loves puzzles. Like, you're in charge of stopping crime in the city. We don't have time to waste on puzzles.
Hey, how come your police station looks like a grand mansion?
Yeah. Chief, we got to book this serial murder. Okay, first, solve my chess riddle.
Yeah. Hey, America, am I right? Anything can happen.
and often does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played through it as well. I really enjoyed it. My takeaway from trying it out years ago was I thought ammo was very scarce. I think the problem was I am just a gunpowder pack rat.
Okay.
And I play any Resident Evil game with gunpowder, I play it this way. I hoard it all until the last boss.
Yeah.
And then I make as much magnum ammo as possible. And I realized it's not a good way to play these games.
Well, it's a way.
Because you know what's more useful than, I mean, what do you need? Maybe a dozen magnum rounds to beat the boss? I don't need 50. Maybe I should convert some of those into shotgun and handgun ammo. And I think that's probably the way to do it.
Yeah. I will admit, I'm not afraid to admit I played this on assisted. It's the easiest difficulty. I just really wanted to see the story. I was also doing it to serve my wife, as great as that sounds. But basically, she wanted to check out Resident Evil 4, the remake. And I said, well, I wasn't planning on playing that, but we do have 2. We have Resident Evil at home. I can play that for you, and you can see that. That has Leon. He said, okay. So we play through the Leon story. I start up the Claire story next because we have some time in the day. She's like, oh, there's more of it? I was like, yeah, there's a whole other story so that you get the whole picture and then the best ending. And she kind of went meh to that because, as it turns out, and I'm really not surprised, she is kind of turned into a Leon fangirl.
Of course.
Of course. And so she did really, really want to see Resident Evil 4. So I bit the bullet and just bought that. And we just moved on to playing that instead of finishing 2. And or moving on to 3. So it's 4 all the way, baby. So now I'm also just playing Resident Evil 4, the remake.
Good.
Yeah.
I finished that as well recently.
I haven't finished it yet, but yes, it is fun.
Now I want to talk a little bit about my Resident Evil habit, and that is
I can't kick this thing.
And I've been doing this since Resident Evil 3 remake. I only did it with Resident Evil 3 remake and Resident Evil 8. But what I like to do is my first playthrough is on assisted, so I can enjoy the story.
Yeah.
And then I will play through on normal, and then hard, and then butt hard, whatever the hardest one is.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Now, I typically only do this if my items carry over.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am playing on normal, but also I've got all this high-end weaponry, which kind of makes it fun for me because it's less stress. I don't know. My approach to difficulty in games is I would say abnormal. I want there to be a game, but I also just kind of like the experience. It's why I don't do Soulsborne style games, is because it's just there's too much emphasis on just beating the fuck out of the player.
Yeah, no guns in that one. Well, most of them.
And I played through RE3 Remake that way, which I will defend. I think it's fine. Then I played through RE8 that way, which of course is great. And then I ended up tapping out at the Heisenberg fight in Village of Shadows difficulty, which I think I mentioned before because you don't get any of your cool toys. You
mentioned it 3 times before, yes.
Thank you for keeping track.
You're welcome.
And then recently I played through RE4 Remake. Now that one, I played through unassisted, and then I started up on normal. And I still kind of, like, I ended up tapping out in normal mode at the Del Lago fight.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's just because that's not a good fight, I think, to begin with. I think even in the original game, it was a lot of just like, you use your slow boat to dodge the things, and they're like, oh no, you didn't. You can only take one more. Oh, you're dead now.
Okay.
And just aiming the harpoons is a pain in the ass, and there's not a lot of really good feedback on if your hits are connecting. And you have to throw them like well in advance of when the big dumb idiot is going to be in frame, and
well, that's how aiming works. I'm sorry,
right.
I was just doing an Alex impression.
Okay. No, it's. You have taken me from a fun survival horror shooting game with very quick and very easily understandable rules and things like that to just a slowed down version of that where you're slow to dodge, you're slow to attack, and every time you get hit, it just feels like, was that really my fault?
I still think it was better than the original version.
Yes, it was, but marginally. And
okay.
Like, also, I think that fight is very different on normal mode because I did it on assisted mode first try, no problems at all. And then normal mode, I died 3 times. I'm like, what is going on? This is not that hard. I didn't think this was that hard. But your boat shatters after it gets hit twice or whatever. And I just put the control down like, I'm not enjoying this. This sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to just win instantly, but I also don't have patience for bullshit that's not what the rest of the game plays like.
I get it.
I was actually talking to a patron at the bar about this recently, but like I can pinpoint the moment that the Final Fantasy series started to lose me. And it was Final Fantasy VIII, where you're doing quick time events as you struggle with like a soldier in midair who's got some kind of Iron Man suit or whatever. I remember you and your seed buddies are at another garden and you fight a guy in midair.
Buddies. Yeah.
Thank you. And it's a quick time minigame, but that's not what the series is. Why are you cramming this quick time bullshit into Final Fantasy, the turn-based fantasy game? That was the moment where like I started to get suspicious of Final Fantasy, and then it just got worse from there. What?
Hold on. I need to remember this scene a bit better.
Okay.
From what you're explaining to me, how did this happen? How did these button prompts happen? I'm very foggy on it.
It's what I remember is Squall jumps on a guy, like a soldier who is in some kind of a flying suit.
Uh-huh.
And I think to either stay on him or to hit him, you have to hit, like there's quick time events that pop up, or to dodge his attacks. You got to hit, square, circle, triangle, whatever.
Does this come up in do these prompts come up in like the dialogue windows?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's something that's annoyed me about video games and Final Fantasy specifically since 7, really, and that is minigames. Like, if a minigame is well thought out and well planned out, like fishing in Breath of Fire 3 is a good minigame because a lot of time and effort went into it and it's got its own system.
Mm-hmm.
But like, fill up your lungs with air and then breathe them into the girl's mouth. Now do it 12 more times. Fun! Awesome! Funny!
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. It's, why is this in here? It's not adding to the realism. It's not what this game is supposed to be. I know you put it in for variety and you think it's interesting for players. It's not. I bought this RPG because I want to play a fucking RPG. I get really annoyed at systems in games that are not what that genre is. If I play a game, I like to stick to the genre that game is.
Yeah, the genre is RPG, and boy, you really like RPGs to be RPGs.
I do.
We've had that established, yes.
I do. I like a nice, slow-paced, menu-driven, turn-based combat style RPG.
Yeah.
And I have nothing against action stuff. It's just I've been over this before. My eyes have trouble tracking movement. I can't really play action games that well.
You should get that checked out.
Thanks. But I do like Resident Evil games because that's more like over the shoulder or first person is fine. And also guns are long range. I don't have to worry about melee combat typically. Well, RE4 has a lot, but that's fine. It does it well. Like by and large, it sticks to what it is, and that's what I like. But then every once in a while, like games like to throw curveballs at you to be like, how about this? Isn't this fun too? And then I've got to scream, no, it ain't. All right, I'm done being angry.
For now. I'm glad we spent that 30 minutes talking about the Lago fight.
I'm sorry. You can trim it down. You're editing this, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, from what I've played of Resident Evil 4, the remake, it's pretty good so far.
Yes. Yeah.
It is, generally faster and smoother because it's, of course, based on the gameplay of the previous remakes, more or less, right?
Yeah, they all seem to be sticking to that RE engine, and it's pretty good. I picked up RE7 on Steam sale, and I'm probably going to pick up RE3 as well because I own the PS4 version, but I'd like to have the PC version. There's a sale, I think, for Golden Week. I'm going to pick those up.
That's right. Now, again, as I also mentioned previously, I didn't actually finish the original RE4, and I still have it, in a state waiting to be finished on my PC. But I just started up the remake. I did it for my wife, and that's really all that matters.
Awesome. It's fun. You know what bugs me about that Del Lago fight? I promise this is the last thing I have to say about it.
Oh, boy.
Like, there's a section in the game later on when you're in the minecart with Luis, and the game gives you infinite ammo briefly to get through that section because you've got to not only shoot ganados, you've also got to shoot things that are blocking your way. Like, why not just do that for Del Lago? Like, why not let me use my weapons that shoot fast bullets that connect instantly and not have to throw these slow-ass harpoons?
I don't know what to tell you, Alex, but there's a lot of things in Resident Evil 4 that don't make sense.
There's also that. It's fine.
Just like by design. Things that they just don't want to make sense.
Well, I briefly, I think I told you about this in text, but yeah, my only real complaint about RE2 was during Claire's scenario, or I guess any scenario B, when you have to do the Sherry segment. Like, that's another good example of here's some shit that's not really what the rest of this game is. Good luck. And it's basically a stealth section. And it sucks because you're hiding from this big giant man. You're like a 3-foot tall child. And when you're hiding behind something, you can't really see. So you just have to memorize his path.
Oh.
And and if you get seen, it's game over. It's instant game over. So like,
well, I don't like that at all.
It sucks. Yeah. And you have to like know exactly where he is and where he's going to be because you can't really see that well when you're hiding. And if you go out in the open to see where he is, he will see you. And it's, there you are, you little bitch. And then it's game over. And that's a drop that you can use anytime. It's just, and the worst part of it was like, I feel like it's designed to make you die multiple times because like you escape him, you get through a maze and then you get a key that he has and then you get to the front door only to find out that the front door is locked, like double locked.
Ooh, not good.
And then but like you have to, I think that's a flag. Like you have to check that door every time, even if you know that it's double locked and it's pointless. You can't progress until you try the door.
Oh.
So like,
okay,
you have to build that into your route as you're running away from him. Like,
right.
I know where this section ends up, but I got to stop at the door or I can't continue.
Oh.
Then there's a section beyond that where you go behind another door and you lock it, and that's fine. But then like instead of reverting control to the players so you can continue escaping, Sherry just like stares at the door and freaks out as the dude busts it down and catches up with you almost instantly. Like, I had to redo that section about 5 times. It is extremely tight for no reason. It's extremely tight for bullshit reasons of my character standing there in a cutscene watching the door get busted down. And every time I'm talking to my TV, I'm just saying, run, turn around, just run, just turn around and run. And we won't have to do this fucking again. I'm angry at the kid. It's not her fault. She didn't make the section.
Well, it's a horror movie at the end of the day.
It is.
Once again, not always going to make sense.
Could have done without that section, but fun remake. I'm glad we could weigh in with our takes years later.
You weighed in for sure, and now it's a bit top heavy.
All right. Sorry. Would you like to go on at length about something that only your brain understands?
No,
and just come off sounding oh man. Now I'm gonna look like a weirdo.
Yeah.
It's a fun game I have no complaints about that just came out.
Picross?
Yeah. S9. Season 9, I like to call it.
Yeah. Like sands through the hourglass.
So is me punching you.
No, I was just gonna say Picross.
Oh no, that was something that you said in a chat years ago.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I just thought it was funny.
I'm a Picross veteran.
All right. What do you got to say about Picross 9?
Fun. That's good. It's Picross. It's more of the same. That's what I want. That's me. And you know what? At no point during Picross is it going to suddenly turn into a QuickTime event, or I have to throw slow-moving harpoons at anything. It knows what it is, and so do I.
Oximo.
Yeah.
And we all know what that is.
That's Oximo.
Optimus.
No.
Oximo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I feel like I've yelled enough at and about video games.
I think so.
Yeah.
We got voicemail.
Oh, we should listen to it.
Alex just found out.
Yes, I did. I didn't. Hang on, I'll pull it up here. All right, we have 2 calls here. I'm going to play the first one. Raymond, are you ready?
I am ready. What is the number, though?
Oh, if you want to call, the number is 805-669-8255 or 805-NMW-TALK.
Thank you.
Dig this.
Hi, Ray and Alex. This is Ian. Ian in Maryland.
Whoa.
I was just listening to the podcast and got to the part where you were talking about terrible, nerdy suggestions for Google Also Asks. And it reminded me of a time 2 of my friends were playing Final Fantasy VII. One of them was their first time playing it. A discussion ensued over whether or not it was creepy to lust after Yuffie. So one of them began to Google, what is Yuffie's age? And the first or second Google autocomplete was, what is Yuffie's age in Japanese? So that's the kind of people out there looking up Yuffie in FF7. Exactly what you think it is. Thanks for the podcast.
Oh, no, wait. Was the question, quote, what is Yuffie's age in Japanese, unquote, or Yuffie wa nansai?
I think it was the former, Alex.
Okay. So in Japan's metric system, how old is Yuffie? She's like, isn't she 15?
16, I thought.
16? Okay, whatever.
She was not aged up for the American version.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably creepy unless you're a teenager.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Thank you, Ian.
There you go.
From Maryland. Ian visits relatives in Annapolis, Maryland.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she's just a spunky ninja, sassy ninja.
Yeah.
I did not play Intergrade, so I don't know how her character is, how it has changed.
Hey, guess what? Spunky Ninja.
Really?
Yep.
Love it. Thank you very much, Ian. We've also got another one. According to the transcript, this is from Kiona, but let's see who we got.
Hi, Ray and Alex. This is Keone again. I'm calling in with an overnerd this time from when I was in college. So this was around the time that the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic show was getting a lot of popularity. And there was this one guy who was at our school who was a big fan of it. He was in a liberal arts class that me and my friends were in. And at one point, while the professor was giving her lecture, he opens up his laptop, and as soon as he opens it up at a very loud volume, the theme song for the show starts playing. Everyone just stares at him. He quickly shuts his laptop, looks at everyone, and just kind of has a smug sort of like, sorry, response to everyone looking at him. The professor then goes, oh, My Little Pony. I loved that when I was a little girl. And then I guess he assumed that people would think he was awesome or cool because he played that in the middle of a lecture, but there's my overnerd. Keep up the great work with the show.
Oh, no.
Those are the days, weren't they?
I don't know. I kind of want to give this over nerd the benefit of the doubt because I think it's very common to just accidentally play things on, especially if it's your own personal device.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
This
happens all
laptop,
the time now.
This student's laptop.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard the first second of some hip hop or trap song.
Yeah.
From some kid's phone now in school.
Yeah, I don't think
looking at TikTok.
I don't think it's fair to assume that people do that on purpose. I think this guy probably just he was listening to the My Little Pony theme at home and then was like, uh-oh, I got to get to class. And then boom, there it is.
No, it's, it's Whoop. There it is.
Is it Whoop?
Yeah.
Is it Whoops on NES?
No.
No?
It's not.
Jordan versus Bird?
It's Whoop.
Harlem Globetrotters.
There it is.
I have all three of those games.
1993. Whoop. There it is.
All right. We have that track. No, we don't, but we got this.
Let's say we do.
Poison. I want a hot dog.
All right.
All right. And then you keep playing it.
Folks, that's... Folks, that's the number to call, 805 I mean, yes, the tele part of telephone does apply from a distance. Did I say imply or apply?
What?
And anyway, that was very well timed.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a call, 805 NMW Talk. Leave a message. That's, of course, 805-669-8255. Like Ian and Keone have. Who knows? Maybe even Ray will call the line one day.
No, I don't call my own podcast.
Why?
I don't need to do that. No.
Why?
It's not funny.
What if I did it and I played this conversation?
Someone might laugh, but it's not going to be me.
Shit. That's fine. I'm real excited for Golden Week. I'm going to hang out with some fun folks tonight and all this week. Folks, get to the bar. G-dubs. Garsenal Weir? No, what's Arsenal Gear? It's A-G. Oh, GW was the protocol. I'm like, why was there a GW in my brain?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, GW was the AI?
Yeah.
And it stood for George Washington?
Well, basically, yeah.
MGS2's great. Anyway, this GW is more about taking time off work and hanging out with pals. So if you're in Japan, come on down this week. If you're hearing this, it's already too late.
Yeah.
So I hope we will have had a great time.
All right. Well, I am getting very sleepy.
Okay.
And I don't want to pass out, but I also don't want to ruin the podcast. So let's just wind it down here.
Let's wind it.
Folks, go to our website, nomorewhoppers.com. You can find everything you need about us there that is relevant, of course. But do check out our Patreon if you really want to help us out, patreon.com/nomorewhoppers. You give us $1 a month to be a gold subscriber, or $5 a month to get episodes a week early, ad-free, and access to our bonus show, currently Gold in 16 Seconds.
That's right.
Getting close to the end of that one.
That's right.
So get
There's
in while
only
you can.
3 episodes to go after this airs.
Yes. Not that we're gonna like erase it all afterward. It's just hey, hurry up and please give us $5 is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. You be a gold subscriber or a golder subscriber on Patreon. You can also find a link to our Discord from our website. It's a public Discord, no Patreon shenanigans. Anyone is welcome. We just added some forum threads for specific games because I was sick of not using the forum feature. So there we go.
My threads, baby.
It's like little chat rooms, not actually a forum thread at all, but Discord calls it that because they are weird.
It's fine. It's I was kind of dismayed that Discord was replacing forums. Because like years ago, I was looking for a Final Fantasy XIV group to do Savage content, and like when I played FF11, the way you did that was find a forum, and now I'm being told forums are dead. Find a Discord.
And boy, does that suck, because Discords that do make themselves invite only means that someone has probably not set the expiry date of the invite correctly. So if you wanted to go to one that is quote-unquote open, you'd probably end up with a dead link because you don't have the right invite, and getting into it would mean hunting around for the next new invite. And boy, sure is fun, isn't it? I'm so glad you could join our community. Just kidding. We're on Discord. It doesn't work that way. Except us. I was speaking hypothetically about someone else. Once again,
Hi.
Our Discord is completely open. No invites needed. Come on in. And yeah. Okay, so next. Our phone number again, 805-NMW-TALK. Leave a voicemail about anything you might have heard recently on this show or somewhere else in the world, such as an over-nerd story, which would be brief or funny stories about nerds you have seen or been.
If you would like to have your message deleted immediately, make it longer than 90 seconds.
Very good, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that tip, Al. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the Super Mario Bros. Movie in 90 seconds.
Yes!
For example. There, okay. We also sell merch from our website, shop.spreadshirt.com/NoMoreWhoppers, shirts and stickers and pins and buttons, all with No More Whoppers stuff.
We got them. I just found a hidden cache of No-Mo stickers that I had forgotten. You shipped, or I got from you at some point. I gave one out to Steph, and I'm going to give one out to any other No-Mo fans who come to the bar.
All right, the classic stickers.
Yeah.
That we decided not to sell until years later when you can now buy the ones that we do sell.
That's right.
How about that? Pretty similar, though, so don't get excited. They're not like super rarities. It's mostly the same thing.
I stuck one on my blackboard. I hung it on me wall.
Follow us on Twitter, No More Whoppers. But Alex is also on the internet.
I'm on the just go to patui.org to find links to all my stuff. That's
okay.
Pitohui. You can find links to my Twitter, also Patui. The bar's Twitter, Critical Hit and Egg. The Overheards account at OOCCHQ. My Twitch, my YouTube. YouTube stuff is coming as soon as I get a microphone that I'm waiting for.
And a life.
And hey.
No, I guess that would be the opposite, wouldn't it?
Yes, and a new candle every now and then. Wait a minute.
Yes, good. And you can just go to my site, rdbaaa.space, to find all my links to my things. Thank you.
Yeah.
You feeling good, Alex?
I'm feeling great.
All right.
I'd like to do another charity stream this summer for Tell, probably. Did I say that I missed up a chance to see a real life princess?
No, you didn't say that.
I got invited. I got invited to Tell's 50th anniversary dinner, which is held at the Italian Embassy in Tokyo. And I think, I know. Like I should have gone.
Yeah.
But like,
why didn't you go?
Tickets are, I think, were like 20,000 yen each. But the dude was like, "Hey, thanks for doing your charity streams. I've got 2 free tickets for you if you want to come to the event." And I'm like, yeah, I want to, but only if my wife can come too, because I don't want to go alone. Like, I still look. I'm Alex. I still have social anxiety. Like, I don't want to be in a room of 100 people that I don't know. That is the worst. So I'm like, I'll go if my wife can come. She can't. Sorry. Thanks for the offer, but I'll pass. And then afterwards, they posted pictures from the event, and one of the princesses of the Japanese royal family was giving a speech on the importance of mental health. And I was like, oh, man.
Oh, boy.
I've never seen a real... I've never been in the same room as a princess outside my wife. That would be really cool.
Yes. Passenger princess.
Yes. Anyway, I will probably be doing another mental health charity this summer.
Just to get back into the Italian embassy.
Yes, that's right. I got to meet this princess somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's all from me.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for being a good sport.
Anytime.
Everybody else, keep your nose clean. We'll see you next time. Gold subscribers, stick around until after the show. It's Texas barbecue night.
Where's it gonna go, Paula?